Hi guys! In today's video, I'm going to be telling you all about my top 5 slime shop, and I'm also doing a huge $500 giveaway just to say thank you so much for 1 million subscribers. All of my videos have been pre-recorded, so I haven't been able to say thank you yet, but I really appreciate it. So first up we have Glitter Slimes, and she's in my top 5 just because her scents are so unique. For me that's actually really important because I try so many slimes, probably about like 50 slimes a week, and so many of them come from the same scent shop, so they smell the same, but with hers, they are so different. They're always such a nice blend, and this slime especially is probably one of my favorite she sent me. It's so thick, so clicky, which I also don't find with slime shops. I normally find if they're thick, they don't click. Another amazing thing about her shop is the little customized drawings on the bottom, which I don't normally see done with slime. I think maybe Snoop Slimes does it, but yeah, not many people. I am obsessed with this one though. It's so crunchy at the top because underneath it's a clay slime, so it kind of creates a really crunchy layer at the top for some reason, which is so nice, but then the moment you mix it in, it's just so creamy and dreamy. It's scented just like the name, like fruit pebbles. Brownie Bites is a Java chip slime, but it has a clay base, and the weirdest thing about her clay slimes is that they're still really clicky even though they're clay slimes, and they still feel like normal clay slimes. I don't think they're made with Daiso, just because it doesn't have that airy feel, and it's also really shiny, so I feel like there's a different type of clay used, but whatever it is, it's so soft and super nice. And I also love how the Java chips are cut in this, because I don't really know how to play with like jelly cube or Java chips. These are cut so small that it doesn't get in the way of the slime, and you can play with it however, and the smell for this is also gorgeous. It smells like a fresh baked brownie. Melted Banana Milk Eaters is another really nice one. I like this just because it's so thick and glossy and really different, but kind of similar to the last slime I reviewed. So it's still a Java chip, but it's just such a different base that it changes the entire slime. And I normally don't like banana scents, but this one is again amazing. I think she uses like a special scent for this, probably a mixed one, but it's so nice. Another thing that really impresses me with her shop is the really creative extras, because she doesn't just include charms, she also includes like sweets. Like this one came with a honeycomb flavored sweet, which personally wasn't to my liking, but I just loved the whole feel of this package. I love this slime because I love food, and it's called Starburst, but it comes with 2 Starbursts, and it comes with loads of different coloured flowing beads just to represent the Starburst colours, and it's also scented like cherry, strawberry, lemon and orange, which are all of the Starburst flavours, which are actually kind of different in the UK. This is complete going off track, but for Starburst we have purple one, which is blackcurrant, we have lime, which is really good, and you guys are missing out on that, and then we have strawberry, which tastes different to your strawberry. Personally, I prefer our strawberry a bit more, it's more flavoursome, and this is a slime review. I should go back to talking about slime. This slime is clicky and it has nice flowing beads and I enjoy it. This slime smells amazing. It smells just like the Rockstar Slope from Lush, and I'm obsessed with Lush. I love the smells in there, so when I smelled this I was like, girl, I know what scent you use. This slime actually really impressed me as well. I remember seeing on her account ages ago she was saying she couldn't make cloud slime, so I didn't have high hopes for this, but this is so fluffy. Probably the fluffiest cloud slime I've ever tried. I'm gonna go there. And also what really impressed me about this was it sizzles. I don't know if there's some clay in there, but it's amazing. It actually makes the nicest sounds, which is really surprising. It's so creamy, it drizzles so smoothly, and it's so fluffy. The crunch on this slime was so good. I normally don't really like marshmallow beads. I've never found them to be that crunchy in the past, but this had a really thick and clicky base. So I don't know if that helped, but I love this. And I couldn't put my finger on what the scent was. So I went to the website and it says a thick and glossy purpley blue base scented like cotton candy, green apple and berries, which doesn't really sound like it would work, but it really does. It's just like a really fruity but sweet scent, but not overbearing at all. Funfetti Milkshake is a really thick cloud slime. It has a tiny bit of fallout, but I think this might just be because she knew she was shipping it overseas, so she wanted to overactivate it a bit. This falls so smoothly though. It's really, really doughy. It kind of reminds me of a cloud cream, and again, it sizzles. I think they probably put in clay because I don't know how else they would get the sizzle. No other cloud slime does this. And as you can see, it's just such a gorgeous texture. It almost looks like a butter. You know what? I think they must put clay slime in there. But it's really, really nice. I love this. And it also smells like a cake. It smells like a buttercream cake. Everything came bubble wrapped, but her 8-ounce came with a little sealable thing around it as well. And I loved that she sent a little sample of her slime because I never see companies really do this. I've tried loads of slime and I've never received like a slime as an extra. But with this, it comes in a cute little heart container and the slime itself was so, so nice. The Slime Hive was also in my first 100% honest review, and their slimes really set the bar for everyone else because I feel like if I got average slimes, I would just be like, yeah, this slime's amazing, it's kind of everyone. But with this, I was just like, you know what, their slime is really special. I knew I loved Amanda's slimes, and also Amanda is really cool on Instagram. She always gives like pep talks if you want to go follow her there. But this slime is amazing. It's a really thick and glossy one. As you can see, the colors are just so complementary, and the beads just look, it looks so nice. It makes you want to eat it, but obviously it's slime, don't eat slime. Peanut butter okay, let's start that again. Peanut butter choc chip cookie dough. Sounds like a rap, doesn't it? This was the slime that made me fall in love with her shop. I still play with the slime that I bought like a year ago, and it's so, so nice. It's still really like fluffy, but it's kind of deflated just because that's what happens with slimes in general, especially clay slimes. But as you can see, this is so thick and creamy. It's so airy as well. And the scent is like a peanut butter cookie scent. It's changed slightly. Before it was really just like peanut buttery, so I guess this is more tolerable if you don't like peanut butter. Safi Candy is such a nice clay slime and it's so vibrant, and it comes with a pack of little confetti hearts. I actually kept this in my extras, so you'll see it at the end. You can add it in, but I really like clay slimes that are just plain, so I left it as it is. But as you can see, it's so, so spreadable. I love the way it falls. It just looks really perfect, and the scent on this is amazing. It's scented like the Lush Candy Fluff, and it's just so, so nice. Everything came really securely packaged with bubble wrapping and nothing leaked, and her extras were so adorable. All of her packages come with an extra, a slime care sheet, and also some borax. Next up we have Slimes by Mitchie, who was originally called Girl Scout Slime, and she was one of the amazing underrated slimers that made me carry on with the underrated slime reviews because her slimes are just out of this world. As you can see, this slime is so thick, absolutely beautiful. It has some pearls in there. It's also so clear, and it's not scented to keep the clarity. I played with this before because it melted in the post just because it's hot at the moment, and as you can see, it didn't cloud up at all. It stayed so pretty, and for a clear slime, this is actually super affordable, so I really love this. I never read the info cards before playing with the slime because I'm just a child and I really like playing with slime. So I go straight for it, and at first I thought this was meant to be a cloud slime, so I was like, girl, this does not feel like a cloud slime. Why is this so creamy? And then I realized it was actually a cloud cream, and the colors were absolutely beautiful with this. They mixed together to create a really nice purple, and here's me trying to drizzle it because I thought it was a cloud slime, but it's a cloud cream, so it's meant to look like this. I was being so critical. I was like, why is this not drizzling? Because she sent me 2 other cloud slimes and they were perfect, but yeah, this one just didn't, and it's because it wasn't a cloud slime, but this is really nice. Unicorn Fur, however, is a cloud slime, and this drizzles so smoothly. At first it was a bit wet and kind of just like falling apart because I left it sitting around my house for a while, and also it was really hot in transit, so I had to activate it, but as soon as I did, this started flowing so smoothly. It looks like the Slime OG cloud slimes that everyone tries to replicate because they are perfect, and as you can see, this is just so floofy. It comes with a gorgeous charm, some nice little shimmers in there, and it's so white. Normally I find with slimes they're kind of like an off-white, especially if things are added in, but this is so nice and creamy. Gooey Starburst was definitely a standout slime for me just because this looked exactly like sweets. It feels like mostly a clear base slime, but I would say she's put a tiny bit of white glue just to give it that sweet effect, and it also has really shiny Java chips in there, which aren't normally like that, so I don't know if she's like coated them in a shiny thing herself, but I just think the slime is amazing, and it smells like cherry sweet, which as you guys know I am obsessed with, so I think this is just an amazing, really cool slime. Cake Cloud did not melt at all, even though it was sitting around in the heat for about a month and a half, and as you can see, this is a thick cloud slime. I really love this just because it was so dry as well, and all of her cloud slimes are different texture. It isn't like she's just using the same base and kind of naming them and scenting them different things. They're all genuinely really different, and that's what I love about her shop. I don't normally love jelly cube slimes, but this one was really nice. I love the base of this just because of all the nail confetti. It was so pretty. It was really nice to squish in your hands, but I didn't really like poking it against the table, but that's just my personal preference. The slime itself was amazing, and the cubes actually squashed up, which I really love doing. And if you'd like, you can squish up all the cubes and it can just change it into a different texture slime. On her borax baggie, she wrote borax, not drugs, and it was in a little animated thing, and for some reason this just made me laugh so much. She also included some sweets, a putty, and some foam beads. Next up we have Slime Pot, and their slime is always so creative, and I was so shocked to see they have under 20,000 followers. I thought they were actually a huge account just because of how good their slimes were, but they're a really underrated account, so do go and check them out after this video. The first slime I reached for in my package was Unicorn Floof, just because this looks so thick, and I love the colours of this. There was pink, blue, and purple, and when you mix it in, because the slime's so thick, it doesn't mix in instantly, so you can watch the colours mix in for ages. I would say probably about like 2 minutes. It's a really, really long time, and it goes from looking like marble to a really nice, like kind of pastel-y bright. It's hard to explain because it isn't a bright purple, but it's a really light purple, but it's also still really vibrant, which I just think is awesome. I don't know how they did it, but it's a really smooth falling slime, so thick. It doesn't have any residue, and it's super dry. Unicorn Bake came with so many charms, and I don't know if every package gets this, but I really hope they do because it was my favourite part of this. And at first, this just looks like a normal foam, but as you can see, when I go under, it kind of has some like fake snow in there, but the plastic kind. I would say this slime has a soft crunch. It's really nice. I love playing with it. It has a really nice texture to it, which is super unusual. Unicorn Buttercream is quite a basic one, but I quite like that. I really like thick and clicky slimes, which is what this is. It's a clay-based slime, and it has some really nice confetti at the bottom, and this shade of pink is also really pretty. I was absolutely obsessed with Unicorn Smoothie. I don't know if this is just like a slime smoothie or if it's just called this, but it's a really thick clear slime and it looks kind of like opaque. I don't know if it's a mix of normal slime and clear slime because it feels like fully clear slime. I think they might have used opaque paint in there, but it's really, really nice one. It smells like berries. I really enjoyed this and it comes with a really nice like head unicorn piece, which I thought was really unusual. Normally you don't get things as big as this with slimes. You get like an elastic band attached to a unicorn with this one, but this is Unicorn Love Potion. It's a really thick clear slime, as you can see. It has some fishbowl beads in there, but it isn't like mainly a fishbowl. It's just some to add some texture, and it has loads and loads of unicorn flakes in there. It has some hollow ones, which you can probably see in the bottom right corner, and also some blue ones and some little hearts. I think they're like the type of hearts you used to have on necklaces when you were young, but they are so nice, and it creates the nicest crunches. I don't know what it is about the shade of blue, but every single time I receive a slime like this, I'm like, wow, this is so pretty. And this has a really nice crunch to it. It reminds me of the Glitter Slime's Mermaid Slime. It's a really nice blue. It has some nice crunch in there, and it's also just super thick and clicky. I'd never felt a jelly slime before, so when I saw this, it kind of just looked like a clear slime that had been really overactivated and like had stayed cloudy. So I didn't really want to touch this just in case that's what happened, but then when I did, I was so glad I did. It had such a gorgeous texture. So it has these micro beads in there, and it's so nice because it doesn't create a crunch with it, it just adds really nice texture to it. And the jelly slime kind of feels like a clear slime that's really thick. That's the only way to describe it. And there's some Orbeez in there as well, which adds some colour, make it look a bit prettier. Personally, I know this slime isn't the prettiest, but I really love the texture. The first thing I noticed with this slime was that I got a thermo wheel, so I could add, I think it might be called Firmo. I'm not sure, I always pronounce things wrong, just let me know in the comments. But it's a really nice slime to add stuff into. It's a really unusual thing to have. Normally people add their stuff in there already, but this is a really thick and clicky slime. As you can see, it's super glossy as well, and I love the charm that comes with this. We're having a heat wave in the UK at the moment, so I had to reactivate this, which is why it's a bit cloudy. But this is Melted Unicorn. It's a really nice slime. It has fish bowls about the place, and it also has some really nice, I think they're like pink and purple ombre beads in there. You can't see it very clearly on the screen. But my favorite thing in this is the hollow flakes, and you can't actually see they're hollow that much on camera. You can get like mini glimpses, but it's not like really, really obvious. But in real life, it's absolutely gorgeous, and I love this slime. So her standard extra bag comes with some borax, a little instruction, a Zots, and a little extra as well. And when I saw the Zots, I was like, wow. And then I saw she included like a whole bag of Zots. I can't speak because I'm so excited right now. As you can see, they're all eaten because they are my favourite sweets ever. And we've also got some cherry Jolly Ranchers. I'm just obsessed with American cherry sweets. They taste so much better than the sweets over here. And she also included this iridescent makeup bag, which I love. I think it's so pretty. And it cost like $5. I don't know where she got it from, but it's amazing. I would pay like $1 billion for this. Last but not least, we have Loominatee Slime, and the thing I love about her business is just how professional she is. She doesn't have the biggest following, she definitely has a really big following, but it isn't like the hugest one, but she's definitely up there in professionalism as the big shops, and I think her slimes are amazing. So her clear slimes always stand out for me, and this one is no exception. It's absolutely beautiful. It has some pearl slimes in there, it's so clear, it's so crunchy, and it's also a fishbowl base, so it's really soft on your hands, it doesn't hurt at all. Straw Banana was definitely meant to be more than one colour, but it mixed in transit and I had to reactivate it. So this is the colour it turns out. It's so thick. I love the texture of this. As you can see, it's just a really, really nice shiny slime. I love the thick texture of this and the clicks it gives. I just think the slime is absolutely amazing and I love playing with this. It's just so relaxing. Even though it's a super basic slime, it's really unusual. The colours for this one mixed up in transit, but it's still so pretty. It's called Mythological Whip, and this is just like a pinky purple blue, I think it was meant to be. But as you can see, it just kind of turned into mostly purple, which is the outcome of it. And this is a really nice smooth butter slime. I'm obsessed with it. It has some flow beads in there for texture, and once you've activated it, it becomes so thick. It also has some confetti at the bottom, but they're like really, really long confetti pieces. I personally really like this because it isn't something I've experienced much, but this is such a creamy slime. And as you can see, all of her slimes are just really nice to play with. Even though they aren't the most complex of slimes, they're really, really unique. Jigglypuff was always my favourite Pokemon growing up just because it was pink, and I just thought it was such a nice slime to have. It just reminded me so much of my childhood, and this is a clay slime, but a really glossy clay slime. I absolutely love it. It's so creamy. I think the scent's kind of like a strawberry one. I think maybe a sweet one. I'm so bad at describing scents, but it's a really nice one. It isn't overpowering at all. Again, this is super creamy. It's not as thick as the other clay slime, which I personally really like. Sugar Bear has such nice colours in it. It has a really nice base colour. It's kind of like a light blue but kind of teal colour, and then it has some nice little beads in there which is super complimentary, and this is a crunchy slime with a white glue base. I love the feel of this. I don't normally like white glue floams when there's loads and loads of beads in there, but this one was an exception. I found Bubble Grapes actually really hard to play with on camera just because there were so many pom-poms in there. I really like this for squishing, but just for normal slime stuff, I wouldn't particularly like it, but I really like squishing things up in my hand and using slime as a stress ball, so I really love this one. It smells like grapes as well, and it's a really nice one to play with. It's just really hard to show on camera. Everything came bubble wrapped and also sealed, and she included the best extras. She always does this. She included some slime supplies, some cute little face masks and cute things, and I just love this. Thank you so much for watching this video. I really hope that you enjoyed it. So to say a huge thank you for 1 million subscribers, I just wanted to give you guys something back, and I'm going to be doing a $500 giveaway with 5 winners winning $100 worth of prizes each, and obviously I have Slime Shop contacts. If you want vouchers there, let me know, or I can just buy stuff for you, or you can choose what you want. It doesn't have to be slime. These are the must-do entries, and there's also going to be extra entries in the description. I really hope that you enjoyed this video, and if you did, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and I will see you next week.